2, 1, go!
My mate Jacob today will be running this busy park run to avenge my last outing, in which I was outdone in a horrible sprint finish. So for those of you who don't know, this is Jake, my mate, my teammate, and probably better known as Ranta Japan's mate. He's featured in a few of his videos. Now, I'm not quite race ready today, so we've got Jacob who is going to be doing the racing for us today. So if you've not seen my last video, I explain why I'm not racing. But for now, we've got Jacob. He's using the GoPro, so let's just see how he gets on today. Now, I'm not going to spoil exactly what does happen, but you can see there's already a group of 4 of them forming a nice pack towards the front. And finally, oh yes, finally, I've fixed those bloody stats on the screen so we can finally see exactly just how fast and how hard he's having to work. I am there today. I'm running around the course. You'll see me from time to time in this video, but I'm not taking part in the park run. My return to fitness is soon, and I'll cover that later on in this video. But it's an absolute scorcher of a day, a bloody cracking one to be spectating. Not so sure about taking part in this park run, especially as an all-out effort. So this is Cheltenham Park Run number 578, and today there were 568 finishers. A massive well done to everyone, and as always on this channel we say thank you to the marshals for putting this park run on today. Okay, so a little bit more on Jake then. Jake's just taken part in the London Marathon. He did a 2:23. He's also a successful running coach as well, and he wanted me to plug that on this channel. Now, all jokes aside, Jake, he's a good coach, so I'll leave his details on the screen. And yeah, I've known Jake since he was 8 years old. Unfortunately, he's not quite as good looking as I am, but I'll give him that he is better at running than me, so Jake can have that one. But yeah, known Jake for an awful long time now. He runs at the same running club as me at Western Tempo, and he has been running abroad over the past, well, I guess it was university years. So he was in America. He's running for a university for Wingate, very successful university, and he's done all sorts of distances from 800, 15, 3K, 5K, and he now focused predominantly more on the marathon distances. But when he was in his peak marathon block, he was probably in 14:40, maybe even quicker shape over the 5K distance. So he's no mug over the 5K distance as well. As always on this channel, we will give the 1K splits, and as we head towards the end of this first K, pace picking up quite nicely in the top left-hand corner, but we go through in a 3:28 per kilometre. I'll also put the mile split on there as well for you. At this stage of the park run, it is bunched wonderfully. There's 4 of them all fighting out at the front of this park run. Now, this is the Cheltenham Park Run, and it is a mixture of tarmac, but it's predominantly grass, and it's very undulating. You do 2 and a bit laps around the lake, and there are sections with quite steep inclines, which you'll see in around 400 meters time or so as we take a left-hand bend here, but you go up and down. But it's a really good park run to get into. There was plenty of first-timers today, and it was nice to see so many different people taking part. As always at this park run, it's so well supported. I did the alternate park run last weekend as a bit of a tester for my injury. You can see me on the left-hand side of the screen here. Jake gives us a quick wave. Oh, look at that. Jake picks the pace up because the camera's on him. What a surprise. Loves the camera, this man. But I managed to just hold on to a little bit, but I don't want to go too much more because I'm still in that recovery phase of this injury. So what on earth has happened to me? Well, if you didn't see my last video, I, for all my life, have been playing a little bit of cricket, and the two, running and cricket, don't lend themselves too well together. Cricket, there's a lot of funny old movements of left to right, bending over, and I pulled a little bit of a injury off the back of a track session one evening, and then the following day went and did an easy run, and then I played a cricket game stupidly straight after the easy run, and I felt really sore in my lower back. Didn't really know what was going on. Ended up having to come off the pitch. To cut a long story short, I had a bulging disc in my back. I went 16 days with zero running. The first time I've ever gone more than 3 days, of no running in 7 years. So it was a little bit of a shock to not do any running, but I've really enjoyed my time off, and I'm feeling an awful lot better now. This was, by the way, one of the inclines we can see here. I know the slope percentage is slightly off. It says 0%. I can tell you it is not 0%, and it will start to probably creep up now, but it's a little bit delayed. But that was a bit of an incline there. But in terms of the injury, things are getting slowly better. I did a little bit of jogging around this park run today. Did a few little efforts to try and keep up with the boys. But yeah, fingers crossed, everything's going quite nicely. But as we get to the top of this slope, I can tell you now that Jake is not on his own. He's still got the other 3 lads. They're hot on his heels. As a quick look around there to see if things is going on. But in the early stages, as we hit the first mile, everything is relatively subdued. No one's made a big effort. No one's trying to make a breakaway. Everything's sort of ticking over as it should do. Everyone's working together. But we know that the work starts in the second lap of this course. And as I said, there's a fair few sections of uphill, downhills, as we see Pete just take the nice early, shorter corner route there. And he takes the lead. Now, I want to know from the viewers if there's anything that you want to see in these parkrun videos in terms of the stats and the data overlay. There's Rob. Hello, mate. Please do let me know, because I do know I chuck an absolutely load of stats on the screen. And if you think they're just annoying or they're getting in the way, then I will take them out of the next video. If people don't like them, that's absolutely cool. I also put quite a lot of videos on the right-hand side just to speed things up during the park run. So little highlights, little B-roll stuff. And if that is too much of a distraction, you'd rather just the park run itself, that's fine. I will take that out. Also, if there's another metric that you want me to include, if you'd rather I work in minute miles or work in miles per hour, I can also change that as well. So I'm having a little bit of an experiment with it. Just let me know in the comments what it is exactly you want it in terms of the actual visual of this. Now, I was watching the Formula 1 the other day, and you know on the left hand side where they've got all the drivers' names, and when there's an overtake, their names swap places. Now, I would love to do something like that for a parkrun video. Now, I appreciate I'm not going to know everyone's names, but if I turn up to an event where I do know quite a few people in and around me, it'd be really cool visual to see exactly where we are and the distance we've covered. So if anyone knows how I can even do that, that would be great. Or if they want me to include that, I will research it and I will try and get that in the next video. Now, we've gone through the second kilometre. That was a 3:24, so we've slightly picked up the pace, but I can see Rob and Pete having a little conversation up in front. So that suggests to me there's still a little bit of wiggle room here to go a bit faster. Now, I do know it's hot, but these 3 boys are quite competitive. The 4th lad at this point is still just hanging in there. I don't actually know who that is, so maybe that poo-poos my idea of doing the Formula 1 style thing. I might have to give him a nickname for the sake of that. But things are going quite nicely at the moment. I'm still trotting around. You can see me every now and then, but I've got absolutely no doubt in my mind that one of these 4 is going to make a move at some point. Alright, if you're a fan of me giving my camera to my mates, give this video a like. Even better, if you give me a subscribe, even better. Jake doing all the work and I get the subscribe and the likes. Excellent. Or, if you don't like it, give it a dislike and unsubscribe. But as we zoom forward and we get towards the end of this first lap and halfway through this park run, still very evenly bunched. Now, I don't really know what's happened there, but it looks like Rob's just sort of pulled away a second there, and Jacob has taken the initiative and he's charged past him and he's taken the lead all by himself. We'll have to run that one through again with a little replay, but yeah, it just looks like Rob's just pulled away and he's allowed Jake to push on. Whether Jake's sort of broken him by pushing him too hard, but now Jake has just put a little bit of a gap in between Pete and Rob, and the 4th chap, he's dropped off even further as well. So Jake's now on his own. He's just coming up to the 3rd kilometre. And looking at the time, he's ran a 3:08 for that kilometre. So that's possibly why Rob's pulled away. Has Jake started to break Rob and put a bit of a distance in between him? Maybe this is a little bit of a race strategy as we're seeing from Jake here. So let's just see how the next kilometre pans out. He's breathing like an absolute steam train there, but that's the 4K. He's done that in a 3:18, and he's now put a massive gap in between the two lads behind him. He's comfortably on his own. He's just got to navigate the last 850 meters and he's home and dry. So in terms of me and Jake then, now if you've seen this channel before, you would have seen the very first park run this year I did at this park run, but it was on the winter course, which is a tarmac 4-lapper around the Pittville Park lakes. Me and Jake went head to head. Now I did beat Jake, but I'm pretty sure he let me beat Jake. Now I'd be pretty interested to do an all-out race against Jake. He's probably going to beat me. In fact, he would beat me. We did the Barcelona half marathon together and he overtook me at the 8th kilometre and he was running a negative split, so he would beat me. But let's just say me and Jake do another park run sometime soon. I'll be very interested to see what the distance is between me and him. So maybe we do another park run at some point soon, or maybe we do a bit of a challenge together. Let me know if there's anything you want me and Jake to do together in terms of racing, and we'll happily take it on board and we'll see what it is. But for now, Jake, you've been an absolute legend, mate. So I will give you the credit you deserve here and just let this video roll out. We've now got 500 meters to go. You'll see me pop up in a second. But for now, it's been an absolute pleasure. Thank you for watching today's video, and you'll catch me doing a park run very soon. But for now, just enjoy the last 90 seconds and I'll catch you in the next one.
Windy. On your left. On your left. Cheers, thanks. On your left. Cheers. On your left. Thanks.
Well done, mate.
That was good.
Superb, well done.
That was good.
Enjoy that?
Yeah, it was fun. I think like having the first lap, thank you, cheers, thank you. I think having like that first lap slightly slower is quite nice to like build into it. I thought they were going to slingshot off here. Yeah. Because he started speeding up, I was like, oh, go on then. And then he slowed down, I thought, right, nice. May as well have a quick lap, see what happens.
Wicked, mate. Well done.
No, it's nice, it was good.
Yeah, alright.
Yeah, thank you. Cheers. Thank you very much.
Superb, mate.
Numero uno.
Numero uno.
Amazing.
Right, I'll take it off.
Yeah.